political discussion. World is changing and world is changing quite rapidly. That is the new thing that everyone is watching now. World is changing quite rapidly. Anyway, there are two kind of uh, world is seeing the polarization. There are two poles that is completely visible now. One pole is NATO pole. NATO pole means Atlantic pole. I'm sorry, the United States, Canada, and European Union country. They make NATO, and some time back, I believe the end of June time frame, 25th June or something, there was a NATO summit that happened in Hague, I believe, that is in Netherlands, NATO summit, and it was attended by American President Mr. Donald Trump also, NATO summit. This is one side of polarization in the world. There is another side of polarization in the world that is led by Russia and China, and that union is called BRICS nation. BRICS, Brazil, India, China, South Korea, oh, and Russia. BRI, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Korea. There is a summit that there is an organization that was formed in 2008. At that time, Prime Minister was Mr. Manmohan Singh of India. Okay, there is a BRICS nation, and since 2008 only, the first of all the meeting, the summit of the BRICS nation, it happens annually and very promptly. That is one thing. Second thing, since the beginning only, there is only one motto, only one future, only one someone can say that the idea of BRICS summit is common currency. 32 countries are there in the BRICS nation now. Kenya is a country which is actively trying to come inside BRICS nation. Venezuela is a country that is actively trying to come under BRICS nation. Countries they do not want America or European Union or NATO. I'm not saying they do not want me, they hate it. But the countries they do not want to get aligned with this country as far as trade is concerned. They are getting aligned to BRICS nation. BRICS nation is different from NATO country where NATO have their military. NATO military, they act in the on behalf of the NATO countries. For BRICS nation, there is no military. For BRICS nation, the main idea of the BRICS nation is that there should be common currency. Last time when the BRICS nation summit happened in the Kazan province of Russia, that is Muslim dominated province of the Russia, there they again they thought they were in a kind of finalizing phase of bringing the BRICS currency. BRICS currency will be used among the BRICS nation, and BRICS nation is very important because it has Saudi Arabia also. BRICS nation has United Arab Emirates also. BRICS nation has Iran also. More or less all oil producing countries, including Russia, oil producing countries are in BRICS nation. If BRICS nation have their own currency, then countries like China and India, they are number one and number two importer of the crude oil. They will import crude oil in the BRICS currency rather than in the dollar. So anyway, America, the manufacturing, everything is behind China now. China is number one as far as manufacturing trade is concerned. Anyway, BRICS Nation Summit is going on 17th BRICS Nation Summit. It is going on in Rio de Janeiro. That is a town, that is a city in Brazil. From the China, Li Qiang, he is premier. Mr. Li Qiang, he is premier of China. He is taking part in the Brazil. I believe from the Russia, Mr. Sergei Lavrov, he is foreign minister of Russia. He is taking part from the Russia side. From India, Indian Prime Minister is taking part. I believe from South Africa, then Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, Ramaphosa. I believe his honorable name of honorable President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. So he would be taking part, and Mr. Lula from the Brazil, he would be taking part. There are new four member of BRICS nation, that is Egypt, Ethiopia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Iran. Five new nations have joined as a kind of permanent member of BRICS nation. Five members are already there as founding members. Anyway, what is the agenda of the BRICS Summit 2025 7 Summit? The agenda is that to save Iran from attack from the Israel and United States. That is one agenda. Then the kind of some means the BRICS nation, it would kind of motivate the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Of course, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to kind of make a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. So Israel has to take back its army from the Gaza Strip and liberate the Gaza Strip. More or less, that is a demand they are pursuing. Anyway, and this is the another scenario. Then the main discussion is how soon the nation currency, how soon the BRICS nation currency would come into the picture, because Iran is very much strict about it. America, the way it has put sanctions on the Iran, 90% of the Iranian crude oil is being purchased by China only, and that is at cheap rate. If BRIC currency comes in and BRICS becomes powerful, then Iran can sell its oil in BRICS nation currency only to other country, and especially to the BRICS country, and they can buy in the BRICS nation currency. Okay, that is the Iran in looking, so it can avoid selling it to China only in the cheap price or something like that. Anyway, what is the big news out here is Donald Trump is very active now again, and yesterday was 6th of the July when commencement of the BRICS summit happened. The BRICS Nations Summit commenced yesterday. 6th and 7th of the July summit is happening. Anyway, now Donald Trump is very active now because under his nose only this BRICS Nation Summit is going on, and that is in Brazil, and that is very near to United States. Only someone has to cross Mexico and Latin America, and he would reach Brazil. Now Donald Trump is giving a straightforward warning to all the countries who are participating into the BRICS nation. What the warning is that if any country is getting aligned to the anti-American policy, what is anti-American policy that he is not talking? But any country in the BRICS Nation Summit, he is getting aligned to the anti-American policy, then 10% extra tariff on that country. This is what threatening he is giving. What kind of tariff it will be, that is not disclosed, and what is called anti-American, that is also not disclosed. Probably a pro-Iran is anti-American, pro-Israel is anti-American. Anyway, pro-Iran is anti-American and anti-Israel is anti-American. Anyway, then Donald Trump is continuing here. Now he is saying that I believe, or he has already said that if BRICS nation summit, if they bring BRICS currency, every BRICS nation country they must use dollar as their trade currency. The trade currency among the BRICS nation country, it must be dollar, not BRICS nation currency. If BRICS decide to use BRICS nation currency, then 100% tariff on all the countries belonging to BRICS nation. Okay, this is the scenario. Anyway, Li Qiang, who is premier to the very powerful country nowadays, China. Now he is saying that the BRICS nation they have to play more role in global governments. There is something called global governments. Global governments means world government that is currently led by America. Global government. America decide that every country must use dollar as trade currency. If America does not want anyone, it puts sanction on them. Means world is run by United States. So the global government that has completely controlled by America right now. So where their BRICS nation has to put more role there. This is what Li Qiang is saying. More or less, Li Qiang is saying that global government should be controlled by BRICS country rather than NATO country. This is a big thing that Mr. Li Qiang is saying, and he is very hopeful that BRICS currency will come forward very soon. This is what Li Qiang is saying. Anyway, now there are many. This is the published news in the newspaper. Now there are many scenarios here. The first scenario is When NATO summit happens in Hague and then BRICS nation keep quiet, that is the first scenario. They never say anything. That you have to use BRICS currency only. You cannot use euro or pound or dollar. You have to use BRICS. BRICS currency they keep quiet. Second thing that is seen now, that as I have always discussed, if if any big tree try to stop a wind, a big tree try to stop a wind, then big tree can stop the wind or wind would topple the tree. Only two things can happen. Okay, in that fashion, if Donald Trump is trying to control this much, because this is extreme now, if BRICS nation will certainly they will talk there what is favorable to them, what is favorable to their members. This is what the discussion will be the way it happens in NATO talks. No, everything should happen pro-America only, not anti-America. This is what his threatening is. If BRICS nation brings BRICS currency, then 100% tariff on the all countries belonging to BRICS nation. Okay, now it is something like Donald Trump is talking and China is acting. Now there are two powerful countries in the world, America and China. Donald Trump is talking and China is acting. I believe it is known to everyone, or you can watch our video, that there is a company called Comac in China. Comac, Chinese government company, Comac in Shanghai. Comac is more or less third country in the world which is manufacturing aeroplane, passenger aeroplane, and C909. It is a model of the Comac company, and 2 days back it made its first international trip from the Hohut, Hohut, that is in Inner Mongolia in China, to the Ulaanbaatar in the Mongolia. So it made a first international journey. Means China is ramping up in all the sections. It is now producing products in all the sections where America has control over the world. In electronic sector, in automobile sector, electric vehicle from Xiaomi, probably it will spread over the world the way Chinese mobile has control over the world. Xiaomi electric car, it will have complete control over the world. Now C909 aeroplane of the China looks like world is going to order this aeroplane because there is no accident history of this aeroplane. Whereas Boeing has lot of accident history, whereas C909 it is for more around 10 years it is into the transportation and it is into the fly, and there is no accident history of the C909. Now it looks like that Donald Trump or American company they are suffocating now. How someone can say like that? This is what you have to talk in the summit. It's amazing, and it is a case of suffocation. That Donald Trump is suffocating now as far as China is concerned. Okay, that is the other scenario that is coming in, and China is acting more rapidly when it is seeing America is behaving in this fashion. It is something like that you make a product and you see it is working. If American products are working, means what is the indicator that what is indicator that Chinese products are working? The indicator is that American president is talking like this. If American president is talking like this proves that Chinese products are working globally very nicely, and all countries are getting aligned to the China. Okay, as I always say, benefit of all the doubt or all the problem goes in favor of China only. If any other country, if they are seeing American president is behaving in this fashion, rather than getting aligned to America, they will go with the China only because everything is going in favor of China only nowadays. Anyway, this is what the inference is. What is the third one? Third one is India. India is the only country in the BRICS nation which sees both sides. It sees toward America. It goes and attends G7 meeting as a guest. There also Indian Prime Minister go there. Then in BRICS nation, Indian Prime Minister go there also. So Indian Prime Minister is pro NATO and Indian Prime Minister is pro BRICS nation. Wherever benefit profit comes, he runs there. And looks like this time it is not working. Okay, it is not working in the sense that Chinese and Russian president they are not attending because of India only. You have to be either American side or BRICS nation side. You cannot be at two places anyway. So looks like this is a threatening to India. Whatever Donald Trump is saying, more or less it is threatening to India because China is not going to obey America. Iran is not going to obey America. Russia is not going to obey America. South Africa and Brazil and these country, Egypt, Ethiopia, these countries are not going to obey America. So they are indifferent with the Donald Trump statement. India is something that is bothering now whatever Trump is saying, and that's why trade deal with India is pending. America is threatening India that it cannot go with the Russia and China, and Russia is threatening India it cannot go with the America. Now India has to decide what India has to do because Indian economy right now it is completely dependent upon NATO countries, completely. Whereas Indian security is completely dependent upon Russia now because Pakistani missiles that are made in China, those missiles only S-400 anti-missile system of Russia can take alone. That's it. No other missile system can take alone. And those missile system for them, they need installment first of all, and second thing they need Russian engineer to operate upon. So they need Russia. And fighter jet also, then India need Russia. Now India has to decide where it wants to go. It wants to go from the towards the monetary side, economic side, or it wants to go towards security side. Now, some time back, India was blindly going towards money side, but after this Operation Sindoor, now India is considering Russia now. Without Russia, India cannot proceed. This is a something situation that is considered a very awkward situation or paradoxical situation. Let's wait and watch. Let's wait and watch that what will happen, where India would go, because trade deal with India right now it is in halt state from the America. Let's wait and watch.